Alright, let's dive into something that's both eye-opening and deeply important, the census, but not just any census. We're talking about how it intersects with some of the most vulnerable communities in Australia. Now, you might think, why does a census matter for people who are homeless or part of minority groups? But personally, I think this is where the census becomes more than just a numbers game. It's about visibility, representation, and ultimately, change. Here's the thing, for someone like Timothy Coles, who's been living in a tent at the edges of Coffs Harbour, filling out a census form isn't exactly at the top of his to-do list. And honestly, who can blame him? When you're facing daily hardships, bureaucratic paperwork feels like the last thing you need. But what's fascinating is that Timothy still sees the value in it. He wants to share his story, to contribute to a bigger picture that could shape policies and support systems. That, to me, is powerful. It shows that even in the most challenging circumstances, people want to be counted, literally. Now, let's talk about the logistics. The Australian Bureau of Statistics, ABS, has been working hard to make this census more inclusive. They've deployed field officers to places like Pete's Place, a homeless support service in Coffs Harbour, to conduct face-to-face interviews. Why? Because, as Anna Millett, the team leader at Pete's Place, points out, many of their clients face barriers like literacy issues, mental health challenges, or trauma. Filling out a form can feel daunting, if not impossible. So, the ABS is meeting people where they are, at soup kitchens, street-side medical facilities, and shelters. This isn't just about collecting data, it's about acknowledging humanity. What makes this really interesting is the evolution of how homelessness is defined. Liz Allen, a demographer from the Australian National University, highlights how the ABS has matured in its approach. Back in 1996, when she was couchsurfing as a teen, she was missed in the census count. But now, the definitions are more holistic, capturing people in improvised dwellings, those experiencing domestic violence, or even individuals who are working full-time but still don't have stable housing. This broader perspective is crucial because, as Dr. Allen says, homelessness isn't always what you'd expect. It's not just people on the streets, it's your neighbor, your coworker, your classmate. Now, let's zoom out for a second. The 2021 census showed a 5.2% increase in homelessness since 2016, with over 122,000 people experiencing it on census night. But here's the kicker, that count happened during the COVID pandemic, when the government was actively housing people to reduce infection risk. So, if you take a step back and think about it, the numbers we're seeing might actually be lower than reality. Dr. Allen expects the 2024 census to reveal a more accurate, and likely higher, figure. This raises a deeper question. Are we prepared to face that reality and act on it? But the census isn't just about homelessness. It's also about giving voice to minority communities. Take the Ezidi, or Yazidi, community, for example. They're pushing for their religion and language to be recognized as a distinct category in the census. Right now, they have to tick the other box and write it in. That might seem like a small detail, but it's huge. As Bayan al-Hassan, a 16-year-old Ezidi volunteer, explains, this recognition is about visibility and survival. The Ezidi people have faced unimaginable persecution, and being counted in the census is a step toward rebuilding their community in Australia. The Jewish community is in a similar boat. Despite estimates of around 117,000 Jewish people in Australia, the 2021 census only recorded about 99,000. Peter Wertheim from the Executive Council of Australian Jewry points out that smaller faith communities have never had their own tick box. But what's even more striking is the impact of rising anti-Semitism. People are hesitant to declare their faith out of fear, a fear rooted in historical trauma. As Wertheim notes, censuses have been weaponized against Jewish people in the past. So, when you think about it, this isn't just about data, it's about trust, safety, and the legacy of history. In my opinion, what this really suggests is that the census is more than a bureaucratic exercise. It's a tool for empowerment, a way to say, we exist, we matter, and we need support. But it also highlights the limitations of the system. How do we balance the need for accurate data with the very real concerns of marginalized communities? How do we ensure that the census isn't just a snapshot of the present but a catalyst for change? One thing that immediately stands out is the effort being made to bridge these gaps. The ABS is working with community leaders, deploying field officers, and simplifying forms. But it's not enough. We need to keep pushing for inclusivity, for recognition, and for action. Because, at the end of the day, the census isn't just about numbers, it's about people. And every person deserves to be seen, heard, and counted. So, as we wrap up, I'll leave you with this. What does it mean for a society when its most vulnerable members are actively seeking to be part of the count? And what does it say about us if we fail to listen? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Until next time, keep questioning, keep caring, and keep counting.